muss von vorne anfangen. Alter Vater. Ey, gefühlt schon am Platzen. Ladescreen. Das ist natürlich wieder sehr lange. Sehr gut. Sehr schön. Standard.
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Okay.
Death.
Ich brauche langsam einen anderen Sitzplatz.
Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree,
Ich muss mich echt anders hinsetzen.
to be God's punishment.
Oh Gott.
A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Das sind wir ja. Kuckuck. Ja, du liegst bei Leichen, Brudi, du liegst bei Leichen. leise atmen? Urschloch. Digga.
Thirsty. So thirsty.
Babel mich nicht voll.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no! Mary!
Ja.
Hold on! Please,
Die
hold
eigene
on!
Schwester gekillt, Alter.
Mary. No, no. This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain!
Run, boy, run.
These patrols are after me! No! No! Don't shoot! This is a nightmare! I need to get out of here! This can't be happening.
Digi, du musst laufen.
No! Please! Stop! I mean you no harm!
Sie alle rummaulen und
What's
meckern.
going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about? Shit, where'd it go? Tricky bastards. Now, I can defend myself. Where'd it go? Kill that thing! Over there! Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
Damage-technisch ist das ja schon nicht gerade so, wow, nicht so schlecht, Alter.
Who are you? Stupid beast! Don't like burns! Sorry.
Ja, die Musik ist ja richtig eklig.
No, please, stop!
are you? Murdering bastard! What do you want?
What do you want?
I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? That'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me. The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Over there! Right now! It's one of them. Let me go! I need to find shelter. Is anybody there? What is this place? The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
Denkst du aber? Denkst auch, du bist Seife? Erstmal durchsuchen. Alle durchsuchen. Gott, sind die hässlich. Das war ja mal die Zeit. Achso, man kann es überspringen. Ja. Guck dir das mal an, wie du deiner Schwester Blut weggelutscht hast.
Mary!
Schau's dir an. Was ist super gemacht.
I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
Digga, wenn du wüsstest. Wenn du wüsstest, was noch auf dich zukommt. Okay. Da ist eine Leiche. Boah. Boah, Gott, bist du hässlich. Gerade den Ransen zugefressen. Da hat man hier so eine Hässlichkeit vor sich liegen, ey. Junge.
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Go watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
Das so schlau war.
That's impossible.
Das so gut und schlau war, weiß ich ja noch nicht. Wir haben halt alles durchsucht. Jetzt geht man auf den Sender und jetzt läuft er nicht hoch. Eine Uhr haben wir. Flasche mit Alkohol. Das ist doch schon mal super. Ja, schon mal nix. Kann man leider nicht durchsuchen, da auch nicht. Sehr vertrauenserweckendes Geräusch. Digga, siehst du dich jetzt selbst im Spiel oder nicht? Scheinbar siehst du dich selbst. Ja.
Who's there? Are you referring to me? No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
Alter, du kannst es doch noch machen, jetzt hör auf zu heulen. Okay, hier können wir jetzt nichts machen. Noch ein Toter. Ah, Dear Darling oder so, keine Ahnung. Nee. Eine Knifte. Ist die Knifte los? Du Jockel.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now!
No. There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live.
And now what?
We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
Das ist ja nicht mal ein Arzt.
No, it never got easy.
Rudi. Merkst du was? So. Hier könnte ich jetzt pennen. Pennen wir einfach mal.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only.
Plop. Vampyr. Oh.
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Junge. Was? Ach stimmt, ich kann jetzt anfangen, demnächst mal zu entwickeln. So. Das Geräusch ist mal. Ja, ich muss hier noch Blutdurst, Blutkapazität, muss alles machen. 300 würde mich das kosten.
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then
It must belong to the one who made me what I am.
Okay.
I must find him to understand what I have become.
Where is it? It's closed.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
My head's spinning.
Wait! Come out, you coward!
It's locked.
Fucking beasts!
Kann doch nicht sofort gehen, wenn ich nebenbei noch suchen will. Aha. Gehen wir mal da. Nebenwaffe.
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End.
Oh ja.
Die, vermin!
Strength. A strength I never knew I had. This shouldn't be possible. Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire. I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Jo.
My strength, my reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
Augenblick. Da.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us. This is despicable. The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
Junge, das waren mehr als 5 Schillinge. Alter.
What will London have to say to me? I've so many questions unanswered. Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
Zzz. Boah, ich habe die Fliege gerade gehört, ja. So Viecher regen mich direkt auf.
The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Jetzt faul sein. Hier, Tag, bam.
Fresh blood. The smell is so strong. Where has everyone gone?
Hier ist erstmal ein Unterschlupf. So, hier kann ich dann Sachen machen. Das Alk. Und ich würde mal gern anfangen, mir andere Klamotten anzuziehen. Ja. Blutkapazität. Muss das so vergrößern. Das ist wirklich wichtig. So, ja, schädigen. Stimmt, das muss ich auch noch machen. Ah, die haben Knifte da basteln. Schaut die ab.
At last, a little life.
Oh, God, sir. You look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. Professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Sehr freundlich, junger Mann.
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, now all these terrible murders.
The murders? What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing.
Läuft.
There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
So, was wollen wir denn jetzt? Was ist das
What
für ein
is this
Ort?
place?
This is Tom's bar, a turquoise turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
Oh,
You
sehr
don't seem to
freundlich.
have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
So, zurück. Ich will
I
noch
just want to
reden.
talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
Kleines Stück Scheiße.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Kleine miese Missgeburt. Da komme ich glaube ich noch nicht rein. Komm ich nach da hinten?
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require them.
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Please, sir. You might as well come in, whoever you are. Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. With anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you.
Kann sie das wirklich? Oder mir ziemlich gerade auf die Klöten gegangen bist. Junge.
And who might you be?
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
Okay.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
What have you uncovered
Einfach mal alles
concerning the
durchfragen.
murders?
Oh fuck,
Started
mein
a few
C.
nights ago. Rumors of violent
Double
murders.
ich drück
The
Double
dogs
aber
have
wieder
always been,
drauf.
shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
Was?
A
Voll
shadow,
dasselbe Ziel.
indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
Ja, wir
You
haben
should
dasselbe
let me
Ziel.
handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Weidmanns Heil. Da ist eine Blutspur. Der Stufe 6, Alter.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something. Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
Dann haben wir
I'll
nichts
leave
mehr.
you to your bottle then.
Dich würde ich gern. Oh ne, der ist krank. Personenkreis, Tom Watts. Ach, scheiße. Ich muss ja aufpassen, was ich tue. Und ich brauche aber die Kräfte.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight. And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he...
drüber machen.
Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Was?
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. My God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried.
Controller hat sich verabschiedet.
Terrible.
Schön. Wow.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
So, mein Bester.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Gut, da hat er nicht gerade Unrecht.
William, just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What'd you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
So, ja, es ist starke... ja. Alter, diese 2750 Punkte und da die 1500.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city. The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. What's this? Some sort of note. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge. Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
Cold. Let's head back to a warm fire. Shut that foolish mouth of yours. You ever know McCullum to be wrong about anything?
Ja, erstmal alles versuchen. Genau deswegen, Alter. Könnt ihr immer mal was sagen? Oh, lol. Was hast du denn? Piss dich. Das ist gerade voll erschreckt. Ah, nein. Inventar. Details. So könnte ich das Ding halt hochpushen. Makelloser Revolver. Das Teil. Machete, richtig? Abgenutzte Machete, ja. Okay. Was für komisches Zeug. Munition habe ich? Okay. Oh, upsie. Plumps. Mal schon umschauen. Nahkampf, Fernkampf. Oh. Kleiner Schwarzlutscher. Widerstandsschweine. Da habe ich die Tasche. Wo ist deine? Hast du noch eine? Schauen wir nicht. Gut.
That's this nest of them cleaned out. See them fancy loads? This one's a top! Murdering bastard!
Sei tot. Muss irgendwas liegen? So noch. Ja, Schweine. Also richtig dreckig hingerichtet.
I said stay away, sir.
Nichts zu sagen.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Jetzt ist die große Frage. Ah, genau, so war das. Sera Fiesta oder was? Toll. Hol ich denn doch lieber den Flock.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Dearest friend, you're my last and dearest friend.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Ah, du Wichser.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
We knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by scowl?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Nicer Scheiß.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders.
Der Typ.
Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help.
Ach stimmt, ja, der hat ja
Give me a
die
moment to secure my
Storytime.
boat. We can leave this awful place.
Ja, eh gerade keiner so.
William was not the evil
Durch die
man they
Kamera nicht
claimed.
an.
He was just taken by the thirst. He needed
Auf
his
Glück.
drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
La 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 la. Nimm mal eine Blutprobe von William Bishops Leiche.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire?
Umschauen.
I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Das ist jetzt uncool. Aluminium Minimum Immunität. Schnapp. Ja, hüb drauf jetzt. Hoppa. Wo ist die andere arme Sau? Da, der chillt da. Der chillt so einer Nuggets. Die arme Sau.
Where are we headed?
Also haben wir es jetzt. Den ersten bösen kleinen Vampir.
They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
Duschen tust du ja gerade schon mal als Pace.
Seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Ohrschlag, du. Ja, da ist er weg.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a Good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your
ja,
assistance is required,
in der
Dr. Swansea,
Küche kommt
immediately.
wieder.
Jonathan, we'll catch up after my round. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
So, betritt das Pembroke Hospital.
I'll see you later.
Ich hätte mir den Kerl jetzt geschnappt, Alter, hätten hochgeschleppt.
It's my turn.
Rotten ocracy. Each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river. Try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Insult me again and I'll put an end to your misery right now.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fuck me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Ja, der wird durch diese Konsequenz leiden. Clay Cox. Ich kann halt nicht jeden töten, das ist das Problem.
To taste a life. To embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden. Such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Craig, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office is being prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Oh, kleiner Blick. Upsi, ich muss das ausprobieren. Ach lol.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Not now.
Verdammt. Die erste Tür. Ich muss hier reinrennen auch noch. Da, Dr. Reid.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Erstmal hier. Mal alles durchsuchen. Chaka.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
He needs water. Ach was. Ach ja.
Blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time.
So, jetzt kann ich noch ein paar Sachen machen. Psychisch gestärkt. Ich muss halt auch gucken, dass ich muss vieles verbessern. Da brauche ich eine Stufe 6 für. Hat er schon mal hochgepusht. Falsch. Steht. Jetzt pennt er eine Runde. Ups. Upsi.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Jetzt mach dich ab. Ich warte mal auf den Tag, wo ich das ganze Krankenhaus sehen darf. Oh. Pembroke Hospitale.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it's such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Habe ich nicht rausgefunden. Schade. Hätte mir
I'll
helfen
leave
können.
you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
They may lack the resources. We have some of the most brilliant minds in London academy for children. As for me, London.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
You are going to change your tone with me, my dear colleague, and very quickly.
I don't think so. Perhaps you think yourself protected by Dr. Swansea, but I am still a free man, and I will speak to you the way I want.
Since your tenure
Das kleine Stück Scheiße.
is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Du bist so ein dämliches Stück Scheiße. Dich würde ich gern fresse.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work with my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Upsi. Warte mal, das ist direkt hier. Nun. Ja. Ich komme jetzt erstmal das Thema Leichenhalle. Das ist nämlich hier.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
La-da-dee, la-dee-da. Oh, Alter. Dass es mal rausgeballert kommt. kriegst gleich so eine gedengelt, Alter. Okay. Oho. Ist noch einer? Ich kann noch höher. Da ist noch einer.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Oh, das geht gleich nochmal richtig ab. Scheiße. Oh. Yes.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Dann hörst du mich jetzt doppelt. Teilweise.
Na, ich guck hier drüber zu.
It's locked.
What?
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Ach.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Ja, ja. Alter, will jemand ein paar auf die Fresse haben. Ich hör's doch schon wieder. Ja, schade, aber auch. Ach ja, ich hab's doch gewusst. Ist ich.
Aber als Robin heute eingeliefert wurde, schien es, als hätte sie optische Halluzinationen. Also akustische Halluzinationen weisen auf eine psychische Störung. Zudem dagegen sind organisch belegt, was das Gegenteil bewiesen ist.
La da di la da da. So, mal abschlabbern. So, beide weggenatzt. Da oben ist wieder einer.
Ha, ja.
Siehst du das?
Sie sind doch aus der Unterplan. So mischen Sie sich überhaupt auf.
Entschuldige, weil ich auf Dr. Trolls Meinung nicht. Das werden feststellen, dass Dr. Wolf mit uns haben, meiner Meinung ist. Wie ist seine Sättigung?
100%.
Für den so Oberlappen ist teilweise kollabiert.
Ein Drittel seiner Sättigung gekriegt.
Ja, herzlichen Glückwunsch, ist okay.
Dann können wir Obstruktionen ausschließen.
Hey, was ich dich noch fragen wollte. Wieso ist deine DNA beschreibt?
Zeit für eine Veränderung. Ich möchte zum Privatkontext. Sind Sie eine Verwandte? Wir sind doch eine Schule. Ich hätte gerade behandelt, haben Sie denn dann irgendwie gesagt, ich Bescheid jetzt zu
Dr. Zoll, sehen Sie sich das bitte dabei ab. Ich ist gerade angefragt worden, gehen nach der Schule. Dieses kleine Schule für den Seil nach einem Geschmack aus der Sendung die Schulkraft gerettet. Was? Sie können nicht. Übrigens, ich vermisse meinen Vampyr. Ja, so ein Spaß.
So, das ist ja mein... Dorothy...
Geschlossener distanter Speicher. Nachmaske.
Aha.
Natürlich. Für so einen Nachmaske.
Nein! Du hättest meine Gesichter der Leute sehen sollen. Das war so genial. Es war ein Schultag. Wir haben gerade unseren Abschluss gemacht.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Da pennt gleich jemand ein.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if any help. Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Aha. Habe ich leider noch keine
Goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
You always knew the words to calm the children. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Es ist... So, ich muss ein paar Schritte weiter.
I'm sorry you ended up revenge, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation.
Also muss es hier irgendwo dann sein. Aspecto par. Jo. Okay. Ich gehe wieder zurück. Ah! Ciao Papi, Moniano. Muss die andere komische Schrapnell finden. Hier ist das Büro von diesem Affe. Sticklord und Dings. Wo ist denn die andere Schwester? Nein, ich gehe jetzt nicht zu diesem Büro, ich will das andere wissen.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Ach, wenn du so weiter über ihn redest, Alter, habe ich genug persönliche Dinge, die ich nutzen kann, um dir so in den Arsch zu treten.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed. Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What is the general situation in East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here, this Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Ah, yeah.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Ah, der Körper bildet sogar wieder Blut aus. Also.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path forward.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. The poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just...
Der Anzug ist geil.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Blood oil with the fever. The pain.
Muss noch die Treppe hoch in mein Büro. Muss hier gewesen sein. Ja, alter Vater. Taktik, was kann ich denn hier? Schattenschleier. Sprung. Cool. Ich muss den Biss verbessern. So. Schon ein paar Sachen erfahren. Status derzeit noch gesund. Jetzt mal der Doktor. Dr. Swansea.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
So, du kleiner Stricher, jetzt wirst du mal gepackt.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, Remember, I may have something for you.
Oh.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Da schläft gleich etwas ein.
Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the eldest patient here.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Ach ja. Milton Schrotflinte, ja. Das will ich mal leisten.
Flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp. The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for.
Ach ja.
I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Henriette!
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts is a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal?
The people who...
Ich muss jetzt langsam mal überspringen.
How are things here?
No. Sorry, Doctor.
Do you think...
We are all...
Weil das meiste, was die erzählen, ist gar nicht so interessant.
I get...
Nurse...
No.
Ich habe das schon zu einem gewissen Momentum
Have you seen a
gezockt.
strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Alles klar, hasta la
Call me if
pasta.
you need assistance.
Ab zur nächsten Page. Irgendwas hatte ich jetzt gerade. Falsch abgebogen. Wo haben wir denn eine Schwester?
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, from the Pembroke Hospital.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir.
How long have you been...
I can't go there.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who... Do you need medical attention, sir?
Ach so, ja, gut.
I have all the information I...
Thank you.
It's locked, all right.
Tschüss. Oh, ich hab ein Problem. Oh, piss dich. Warte mal.
Relax.
Dieser eine Gangster. Oh.
It's locked.
Muss ich dann wieder anders machen. Da sehe ich auch Blut.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody. So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Auch Blut. Blut. Jetzt kurz aufs Maul. Tschüss. So gut wie jedes Gebäude heute noch kontrollieren. Schon was machen werde. Sobald ich jetzt die Hawkins brauche.
It's locked. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you...
Let me guess. You spoke with that old...
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if the nurse finds some happiness where she can?
Oh.
What can you tell me about...
Let me get...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Piss dich.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Rat mal, wer sich jetzt mit dir vergnügt. Die kleine Bitch ist weg. Na, ist da jemand müde? Will da gleich jemand Hayabubu machen? Was sagt denn die Uhr überhaupt? Also, warte mal, ich jetzt die Mission noch fertig, level meinen Charakter hoch und dann gehe ich pennen.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Auf Wiedersehen. Was hast du jetzt eigentlich schon wieder für Zeug im Rucksack? Ja. Daran haben wir jetzt erkannt. Er braucht so lange. Das ist ein Einhänder. Ja. Alter, wie geil. Aber ja. Okay, nehmen wir mal die Stachelkeule. Warte mal, nee, wir nutzen das jetzt mal noch. Muss ich wieder hier runter. Da. Dauert schon etwas aus seiner Schlachtung. Ups.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Wollte jetzt nicht tun, aber okay.
What sort of creature is this? Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Wo bist du denn, mein Kleiner? Da. Komm zu Papa. Doch schnell tot. Será Victoria, será Victoria. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum 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 da da da. Da ist jemand Mude. Da will man nachher Bubu machen. Da bist du schon fast 3-4 Mal weggenickt. Hingst du da schon? Das wackelt dich da ernsthaft hin.
Loslass mich!
Safer places to be than here. Oi, you! Stop there! Mine! I'll take it.
Mr. Jones.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Noot noot.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now, goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical report says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. There's nobody here. I cannot enter.
Ich komme da auch nicht hoch, scheiße. Ich will auch. So, kann geöffnet werden. EPA.
Wir sind 2 Minuten Halbpilot den Erdbeben.
Ich wollte eigentlich wieder in das Unterschlupf. Ein bisschen hochleveln.
wünsche allen da draußen eine...
Geht schon kaputt. Aha, das ist ein 14er. Wird mich bald aber auch nicht mehr interessieren.
Ja, ich habe gerade mit dem Elektromarkt telefoniert. Eure dämliche Rauferei hat $3.000 Schaden verursacht. Ich hab's nicht kapiert. $1.000. Wow. Nochmal $1.000. Du meine Güte. Die dritten $1.000. Jetzt kapier ich's wieder nicht. Chris kann nicht bis 3 zählen. Ja, ich habe gerade mit dem Elektromarkt telefoniert. Eure dämliche Rauferei hat $3.000 Schaden verursacht. Ich hab's nicht kapiert. $1.000. Wow. Nochmal $1.000. Du meine Güte. Die dritten $1.000. Jetzt kapier ich's wieder nicht.
Wie war das nochmal mit dem Speichern zum Hauptmenü? So, der Friedhof wird interessant. Tüdelü.